Today is Friday, March 13th, and that means it is time to talk about new releases from this week and upcoming. I'm going to start with three new releases out this week that you should go and check out now. The first one is Voidstar Nocturnal. This is a Costa Rica based progressive black death metal band, and Nexus Teleport Fracture is their debut release. One of the stronger releases from the month, and one that touches upon dissonant death metal, blackened death metal, and many other things on its way through this sort of science fiction themed record. Next up is kind of a surprise to me. I didn't get this actual promo until more recently, but I checked out Protrusion's The Last Separation for a short reviews column, and I appreciated it quite a bit. It's a great old school death metal record from folks who are better known for their brutal death metal. Plenty of riffs, just great lead guitars throughout, a very strong vocalist. Everything about this record is solid, and I was surprised how good it was. It's another one that'll be among the best of the month. And third, we have the latest EP from Eternal Champion Friend of War. This is essentially a 13-minute song and then an 18-minute fantasy ambient piece, which is, I would say, inconsequential, kind of just side B filler. So in terms of new release announcements and new singles that are out today or more recently, we have Born from Hell from TYRANN. TYRANN is a Swedish heavy rock, heavy metal band, and TYRANN Forever is going to be their third full-length album, as far as I recall. Obviously, these folks have proven they can write a catchy song and in a traditional style, and that'll always appeal to me.
Wasted. Come on, might as well fall for hell.
German death metal band ANASARCA more recently announced their latest album, Ackless, will release on Self-Made God Records in early April, and the latest single, In Memoriam, is a pretty decent death metal song, and one that has some specific meaning to it. You could guess by the title. Everlasting Spew Records have announced that LAGO's second album, Vigil, will release on May 8th, and will feature a pretty similar sound to what they were pulling out years ago, but certainly it's been refined. Check out this song, Fodder. I thought this was one of the more interesting songs previewed this week. Italian death metal band Devoid of Thought have announced their second full-length album, which is self-titled, will release here on April 24th through Unorthodox Emanations. And the first song that I've checked out here is Chronos, and it comes with a music video. It's an interesting one. It sounds like a promising revision of what they were working on the previous record, and obviously this is going a little bit bigger and a lot more weird. Last week, Carbonized Records announced a split album between Indonesian death metal band EXHUMATION and United States blackened death metal band Funeral Chant. This is a 7-song split LP, and it comes from two very impressive bands. I'm a huge fan of EXHUMATION, and I really enjoyed Funeral Chant's debut album a couple of years ago, so this is one of my most anticipated records from April, because I think both bands are pretty well represented here. Another announcement from last week, since I missed the video for that, comes from Amor Fati Productions and Feral Heart Productions, who've announced the second full-length album from OLDOWAN, GASH, 1000 Dreams of War, will release imminently. I was pretty sure that they first record from this band was kind of a fluke, a sort of one-off, but they've expanded into, I think, a touring lineup, and they seem to be following that momentum pretty well with this record. I've listened to it a couple of times already, and I think this one is worth talking about. So check out this title track from the album. So as far as I know, Spirit Adrift are working on a final album, and as on the walk-up to that, they've released this standalone single today, Eternal Celestial Energy, and this is a much more somber, introspective song from the band, and I thought it was worth checking out. I missed a lot of the stuff the band did for Century Media, so it'll be interesting to kind of return to that when the new album comes out.
I want you.
Horror, Pain, Gore, Death Productions have announced the latest album from Spanish death metal band Caustic will release here shortly. And I think the thing to say about this band is that they've always been pretty brutal, and you may or may not remember them if you have dug back into Spanish death metal history, but they're definitely known for more of a traditional United States brutal death metal sound, and you'll find that reflected in this song, Dead Mind Job. And finally, I'll leave you with the announcement of the third full-length album from DOEDSVANGR, a Norwegian black metal band. Within the Flesh will release on April 10th, and I think that most anything that comes from DOEDSVANGR is going to be pretty quality in general, and he's saying that this is going to be their a more bizarre and raw album. Black Sun Disillusion seems to begin to make that argument. Thanks for checking out some new releases with me. Go ahead and check out the website for reviews and features every day of the week, most of the time. And otherwise, follow, like, subscribe, all that stuff. It does help on social media just to get more people looking at it. But the important thing is you go and read the shit on the website. That is what is important.